Good morning, everybody. Today's talk is on deciphering various OCT technologies for glaucomatous optic neuropathy. We have a great team of experts with us. We have Major General Dr. Sagarika Patia. She is SM, VSM retired and Senior Consultant at Center for Sight, New Delhi. We have Dr. Colonel Madhu Badoria. She is a Director of Regional Institute of Ophthalmology, Sitapur, UP. Dr. Mayuri Khamar, she is a glaucoma consultant, Occura Eye Care and Research Center, Ahmedabad. And Dr. Sachin Dharwadkar, who is the Director, Samartha Clinics, and Sejod Glaucoma Head, Mumbai. I'm Dr. Medha Prabhu Desai. I'm Director, Insight Vision Foundation from Pune. I'm from Pune, basically. So aim of the IC is to understand correlation between ONH signs of glaucomatous optic neuropathy and OCT, to understand interpretation of different OCT technologies, to know advantages and limitations of OCT, and to be able to identify different clinical scenarios. So I'll just in brief, in 5 minutes, start with my talk on relation between ONH and OCT. Glaucoma, we know it's a chronic progressive disease. There is irreversible damage to the optic nerve head, which leads to blindness. Hence, clinical evaluation of ONH is a key point in diagnosing glaucoma. And nowadays, OCT is commonly used for evaluation of this glaucomatous optic neuropathy. We should have mandatory knowledge before interpreting any OCT, and that is optic nerve head normal variation, relevant features of glaucomatous optic neuropathy, correlation with OCT, and outliers if there are any. So most important is to know how a normal optic nerve looks like. So it follows ISNT rule. Disc vertically is more than horizontal, whereas cup is horizontal more than variate. Always remember there is physiologic variation, and all high CDs may not be glaucoma. Identifying NRR is very, very important, because this is the area which is of healthy tissue in any given optic nerve head. RNFL is the crucial factor. We should differentiate how a uniform pattern looks like and how the defects look like. So this is normal, slit defects, there can be wedge defects, or diffuse loss of RNFL. We should know and well familiar with all the features of glaucomatous optic neuropathy, like notching, focal atrophy, bearing of circumlinear vessels, laminar dot sign, or bayoneting of vessel, and pallar cup discrepancy and vertical enlargement. So in glaucoma continuum, OCT helps us in identifying these diseases statistically, from asymptomatic disease to moderate and advanced glaucoma. So it's a great potential in glaucoma and effective diagnostic and disease monitoring tool. Obviously, we know that it is non-invasive, is a major technological breakthrough, and now it has become a standard protocol for glaucoma patients. So we can use this for diagnosis as well as monitoring of our progression. So there are currently many OCT devices available. We are going to talk on Cirrus OCT, Topcon OCT, RTV OCT, Spectralis, and we have to remember that each machine has a different glaucoma scan pattern, proprietary software, segmentation algorithm, and display outputs, and hence data of one machine cannot be compared with any other machine. So how do we predict this? There are certain signs on OCT, or certain things on OCT which OCT can detect, that is NRR thinning, RNFL thinning. There can be clues for physiologic variation, and we know statistical progression is available with OCT. But there are certain signs which OCT cannot detect, and these are vascular signs, pallor of cup or NRR, and peripapillary atrophy. So if patient has NRR thinning and RNFL thinning like this, OCT can definitely find out and tell us that, okay, this is NRR thinning. The most important is you can see that NRR thinning and RNFL thinning exactly in that location. So most important after this also is documentation, drawing of OCT and ONH, and also visual field findings. So this can be done. So OCT will help us in identifying many conditions like preperimetric, early glaucoma, moderate glaucoma, and even advanced glaucoma, because it corresponds very well with RNFL and NRR thinning. So there are certain outliers. OCT is not helpful in this. So why there are some errors? Because it is a technology, it is constantly evolving. What we are scanning or imaging is an optic nerve head, which is a biological tissue, and it has a wide variation. There are many confounders. Glaucoma is a slow progressive disease, hence we don't know whether it is a progression is there or it is a just some variation. And because it is a statistics, there can be outliers. So always remember that this is a statistical analysis and we have to interpret it accordingly. So use of OCT as an aid can be used for glaucoma diagnosis and glaucoma progression. So we are going to hear this on various OCT technology platforms. So let's join all these puzzles together and see how it helps us. Thank you.